What's good, fam? Drake just torched another $1.5 million in crypto trying to convince the world he is still a winner. But the Kendrick Lamar effect is clearly still ruining his life. On July the 19th of 2026, the sixth guy placed a massive $1.5 million wager in Tether on Argentina to take home the World Cup trophy. He used the state crypto casino for the bet, and an Argentina victory would have handed him a massive payout of $5,175,000. Instead, the Drake curse remains undefeated because everything he touches lately seems to turn into complete shit.
You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue to party.
So it's like, yeah.
Spain ended up defeating Argentina with a 1-0 score in extra time after a goal by Ferran Torres effectively deleted his entire stake in a matter of seconds. This loss was finalized just 4 days after the final match, and it now stands as one of the most high-profile financial failures in recent sports history. Social media erupted immediately because fans are convinced his support is the ultimate kiss of death for any professional athlete or team. It really feels like he is trying to gamble his way back into a winning narrative after being culturally evicted by Kendrick. Desperation to feel like a champion again has clearly taken over, but the evidence shows he is just losing his grip on the big moments. This World Cup disaster is not an isolated incident because his bank account has been bleeding out all summer long.
I'm in love with triumphant moments. I enjoy victory for myself and my friends.
Earlier in July of 2026, he threw a full $1 million in Bitcoin down the drain by betting on Conor McGregor to win at UFC 329. That move ended in a total disaster when Max Holloway finished McGregor with a technical knockout in the very first round of the fight. It is becoming physically painful to watch a man with this much money make such consistently terrible decisions with his crypto assets. When you track the numbers from reputable sources like Bitcoin News, the picture gets even uglier for the whole OVO camp. Since April of 2024, right when the Kendrick beef started hitting the fan, Drake has lost approximately $5,700,000 on public sports wagers.
Yeah, not only a big decision, it was a risk. Acting was something I was established in.
His current win rate across 87 different track bets is sitting at a dismal 36.8%. Most people would have deleted the betting app and thrown their phone in the ocean after a losing streak that pathetic. The frequency of these multi-million-dollar losses suggests a reckless pattern that goes way beyond simple entertainment or celebrity branding. It looks like a psychological attempt to reclaim the winner status he lost during the Kendrick Lamar feud, regardless of his recent chart success. Essentially, he is trying to buy back the dopamine hit of a victory because he knows the culture is not giving him that feeling anymore. The public treats his sports picks like a comedy routine, and every time he posts a screenshot of a new bet, it feels like a desperate cry for attention.
Yeah, like that. I'm a fan of Hermes, Birkins, and
Trying to show off his wealth is backfiring, and he is only reminding everyone that he has lost his touch in areas that matter to the fans. The World Cup was supposed to be his chance to finally catch a massive win, but Ferran Torres put an end to that dream in extra time. Now he is left with a massive hole in his crypto wallet and a reputation that has become synonymous with failure on the global stage. Kendrick Lamar did not just take his crown in the rap game, because it feels like he took Drake's luck and his confidence along with it. Watching a billionaire lose $5 million in a few months might not seem like a big deal to his accountants, but the cultural optics are absolutely devastating.
And hip hop was like, a lot of people didn't get it. Like, why would you want to leave acting where people know you to go to something where you might not even get any respect?
Losing the big bets and the big battles is starting to feel like the Drake era is officially stuck in a downward spiral. This pattern of behavior shows that he is more interested in the spectacle of being a high roller than actually making smart moves. Chasing a ghost of his former dominance only makes him look more desperate to everyone watching from the outside. The gambling is not a flex anymore because it just looks like a man who is terrified of being irrelevant in the real world. Argentina fans were actually begging him to stay away from their team before the match because they knew his energy was toxic. When a goal in extra time wipes out $1.5 million of your money, it is a clear sign the universe is not on your side. Drake is finding out the hard way that you cannot just spend your way out of a cultural eviction. Every single one of these losses is another receipt that Kendrick was right about him being out of touch with reality.
You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue to party.
We are witnessing a massive decline in real time, and no amount of Tether or Bitcoin can fix the damage to his legacy. Not even a string of Billboard hits can hide the fact that he is bleeding out in front of everyone. That UFC loss with Conor McGregor was a disaster because it proved he cannot pick a winner to save his life. Max Holloway is an absolute legend in the octagon, yet Drake decided a washed-up McGregor was the better bet for his Bitcoin. This total lack of vision explains exactly why he lost the rap war and why his sportsbook account stays in the red every single weekend. Watching him post those betting screenshots makes it clear he is addicted to the image of being a winner while the entire world laughs.
I'm in love with triumphant moments. I enjoy victory for myself and my friends.
Things have gotten so weird that even the most loyal OVO fans are starting to question his mental state and his overall strategy. When Argentina lost that match, it felt like the final nail in the coffin for his reputation as a sports analyst or even a lucky charm. Drake is now officially the most expensive mascot for losing in the history of professional sports and entertainment. Seeing a man who once had the world in his hands acting this thirsty for a basic win is honestly a sad sight. Kendrick is likely somewhere laughing while he watches Drake blow another few $1 million on a soccer match in extra time. The receipts are stacking up, and that total loss of $5.7 million since 2024 is a figure nobody can ignore. His attempt to act like the money is nothing fails to hide the desperation that shows up every time he doubles down on these terrible plays. Fighting for his legacy is a full-time job now, and the scoreboard is not looking good for the boy from Toronto right now. Respect cannot be bought with the crypto transaction on a betting site, but he still has not realized that simple truth. Until he learns that lesson, we will keep seeing these massive 6- and 7-figure losses every time a major event happens. The Drake curse is no longer just a meme because it is a documented financial reality draining his resources and his reputation. Trapped in a loop of high-stakes gambling, he is chasing a victory high that he can no longer find in the rap game.
Trying to strike a chord. They not like, 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 they not like. You think the bank gon' let you disrespect Pac, nigga?
Ever since Kendrick Lamar served him that cultural eviction notice, the Six God has been desperate to feel like the man again. Winning on paper does not feel real to the fans or the streets anymore, even when the numbers look good. Back in May of 2026, he dominated the charts and held the top 3 spots on Billboard with tracks like Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. In any other timeline, that would be a legendary victory lap that would silence his critics for good. Cultural dominance still belongs to Kendrick in this reality, and every single person knows it. Throwing away $1.5 million on a soccer game is a revealing move that reinforces his brand as a loser in big moments. Flexing his bank account has become his only move since he simply cannot flex his respect anymore. Public perception shifted for good after the 2024 beef when YouGov polls showed 33% of fans crowned Kendrick the winner. That poll represents a cultural shift that no amount of streaming numbers can ever reverse. Desperation is the only thing he is buying back with these high-stakes bets, rather than his reputation as a winner. Failing when the lights are brightest followed him right into the courtroom as well. In 2025, Judge Jeanette Vargas dismissed his lawsuit against UMG and proved that Drake could not even find a win in front of a judge. Suing over reputational damage from the lyrics in Not Like Us failed when the court ruled the song was protected creative expression. 0 legal options were left for Drake, and he had no way to erase the damage Kendrick had already done to his name.
You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue to party.
While Drake was busy losing in court, Kendrick was sweeping the Grammys and putting on a historic performance at Super Bowl 59. Those moments turned the losses Drake suffered into historical markers that the entire world will never forget. Even with 475,000 first-week sales for the song Iceman, the public was far more interested in his $1 million gambling failures. The massive gap between his commercial wins and these gambling losses creates a fractured legacy for the OVO leader. Before we move on and see how Drake is probably going to set another million on fire just to break this curse, tell me what y'all think. Do those Iceman sales even matter when the boy is out here losing $5.7 million on sports bets? Tell me in the comments. If he's officially the king of bad luck, no cap. While you at it, like and subscribe. Let's continue. Based on the current trends, Drake is probably going to throw another $1 million at a bet before 2026 comes to a close. He is clearly obsessed with breaking this curse because he hates being seen as a professional loser during the biggest moments of the year. While a gambling deficit of $5.7 million is pocket change for a man with $1 billion net worth, the cultural damage is permanent. You can have all the wealth on the planet and still be bankrupt when it comes to having real respect in the rap game.
And hip hop was like, a lot of people didn't get it. Like, why would you want to leave acting where people know you to go to something where you might not even get any respect?
My scars, everybody lack confidence. Everybody lack confidence. How many times my potential was an enemy?
Spain winning that World Cup final was just another major blow to his reputation as a heavy hitter who can actually close a deal. He thought he could buy a victory with a tether transaction, but he only bought a fresh round of global memes at his own expense. There is no way to gamble your way out of a cultural eviction, regardless of how many crypto wallets or Billboard records you have. Before we see how he plans to move forward after this latest disaster, tell me what you think about this situation. Let me know if you think he is addicted to the chase of being a winner or if he is just the unluckiest man in hip-hop history. Tell me your thoughts in the comments with no cap, and while you are at it, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Let's keep it moving because the receipts are public and the final scoreboard is getting much harder to ignore. Drake might still have the charts and those massive streaming numbers, but Kendrick Lamar still has the crown and the heart of the culture.